be making a video on my chair stretch routine. I started cheering, well, this is my first year. I started in, I want to say like around winter time, and I wasn't stretching like too often or like a lot, but I was stretching like whenever I was at cheer practice, and then I would stretch a little bit at home. But during the summer I started stretching more, and it definitely helped me a lot. In the past week or couple of weeks, I actually haven't been stretching, so if I'm not as flexible, or like it seems like I don't know what I'm doing, it's just because I haven't been stretching. But I've been doing these stretches for a while, and I do hope, so I think it would be great to share it with others so that you guys can do them as well. I am a flyer, so these stretches, some of them will be particularly for flyers. If you're not a flyer, you can obviously still do the other ones, but you don't necessarily have to do all of them. And when I get to those stretches, I'll let you guys know. Okay, so let's get started with it. Okay, so first I'm starting off in a butterfly position, and I am just grabbing my feet and pulling them up towards me. Next, from that position I was just in, I'm going to keep everything the same, except I'm going to bring my chest towards the floor and make sure that I keep my back straight. Okay, for the next stretch, I'm just keeping my legs straight out in front of me, and I'm going in basically a pike position, and I'm just pointing my feet, grabbing my feet, and making sure that I keep my back as straight as I can and my legs as straight as I can. So for the next stretch, I'm essentially in the same pike position, except my feet are flexed instead of pointed, and I just want to do the same thing otherwise. Okay, for the next stretch, I'm just going to be starting in a straddle position, and I'm starting by bringing both of my hands over to my right side and turning my chest towards my knee and where it's facing. From there, I'm just going to come back up and do the same thing on my left side. Okay, and now from there, I'm just coming back up again, and this time when I go to my right side, I'm just going to not turn my chest and just reach over and grab my ankle. I'm going to stretch as far as I can. This is good for flyers in getting your bow and arrow. Okay, and next I'm just going to finish off my straddle stretches by going down the middle, and I just want to make sure I keep my back straight as well and that my feet stay pointed, and this should go along with every straddle stretch that you do to make sure your hips are rotated. And the next stretch I'm going to do is my first split stretch, so I'm starting a half split on my right leg, and this is easy for me, so I'm just going to grab my back foot and just pull it towards me, and I'm going to do the same with my left afterwards. Okay, now moving on to my next split stretch, I am just starting on my right leg again, and this time I'm straightening my back or left leg and bending my right leg and then pushing my hips as far towards the ground as I can. And then I'm just going to keep my right leg straight and my left leg bent and just push my right leg as far down as I can go, and again with my hips. And then I'm just going to slide into my split. And if splits are too easy for you, you can also add some books and practice some oversplits. This is good for flyers for getting your heel stretches. Next, I am just going to do some back stretches, and the first position I'm going to is what I call a seal position, and I'm just going to push off my arms and push back as far as I can. Okay, now I'm going into that same position, except this time I'm going to try and bring my feet to my head. And next I'm just going to do a bridge up, and then I'm going to rock back and forth a little bit and try and stretch out my back. And then I'm going to push my feet forward. This is good for back handsprings. My feet kind of slipped a little because of my socks, so it didn't really work very well, but... And now I'm just going to do a back bend. I'm going to stretch my back again, so I'm just going to rock back and forth and just stretch my back as much as I can. Okay, now I'm using my kind of door stretch kind of thing. I got this from Amazon and it's called Everstretch. So essentially you just hook this up to your door and there is a ring for you to put your foot in, and then you can just tighten that however tight you want it, and then you just pull on the other string and you can bring your leg up as far as you want. And then this is good for practicing heel stretches, scorpions, and bow and arrows. Okay, and now I'm just going to practice some heel stretches, scorpions, and bow and arrows without my wall slash door stretch thing. I don't really know what it's called, sorry about that. But I am not that flexible. My right leg is a bit more flexible than my left, which is not good, but I'm working on it.